Hello everybody, my name is Kyle, welcome back to another video. Today, in this one, is going to be my first time doing a live locals future match on the channel here, and in this one we have Kashtira taking on Spright Tri-brigade. Kashtira actually becoming one of the better road decks in this format just because, you know, Unicorn came back to 3 on the last list, and I hear playing D-Shifter in a deck right now is very good. And then we also have Spright Tri-brigade as well, which is a very interesting take on Spright, especially since the Tri-brigade stuff is very cool to see right now. As well, the Kashtira player will be on your left and the Spright Tri-brigade player will be on your right. They will die roll. The Spright Tri-brigade player did win the die roll and will elect to go first here. So again, this is the first time I'm doing this, so let me know if you want me to change anything in future episodes. So let me know down in the comments down below. We'll start off with the Foolish Burial. Immediately gets Ash. Now, I think I disagree with that. I think you let Foolish resolve, see what he sends, and then kind of save your Ash for what he sends, right? In this case, it would probably be an Angler or something like that, which you're wasting the Ash on that anyways, right? But Triple Tactic Talents his hand, so we'll look into the Kashtira player's hand, which is Unicorn, Fenrir, Theosis, and Pot of Prosperity. So now you know you're not versing against any interruptions if you're a Spright Tri-brigade player here. I think you take the Fenrir just because it's probably the biggest problem in the hand right now. Maybe Theosis is the other choice, and he does take the Theosis here, which is interesting. But now you know you're not versing up against anything. He normal summons the red. That's a level 2. He probably has another Spright in hand if he's doing that, and he does, and it's a Spright. Blue will activate Spright Blue's effect here to search out a Spright monster. We'll go ahead and search out the Spright Jet from the deck here. Then we'll go ahead and do Spright Jet, or Special Summon Spright Jet, do the effect to search out the Double Cross here. Not a lot of players are playing the Double Cross when it comes to Spright. They'll probably just maybe do a starter or even smashers. So taking Double Cross is actually pretty cool. Maybe it's standard when it comes to the Tri-brigade list. Again, I don't know that much when it comes to that, so maybe it's a more standard thing for the Tri-brigade stuff. But the Kashtira player just reading just to make sure what the card does. Pretty cool. It's a Snatch Deal or attached to an XYZ monster. Very cool card to see in the deck here. We're going into the extra deck now. We'll link into Sprint, and then we'll do Sprint effect, dump Angler. We'll do Angler effect to summon out the Beavers, get the Beavers on rotations because they are the beast, so it does help your Tri-brigade lines out as well. So pretty good to see. And we'll overlay into the Mannequin Cat, which is very interesting to see. We'll do Mannequin Cat effect, targeting the Ash Blossom to special summon to the Kashtira player's field. Now, this does a lot for the Spright Tri-brigade player. Not only does it get a body onto the field where the Kashtira player's monsters in hand can't special summon, but you get Mannequin Cat's effect here as well, since it is a fire. That lets you get into kit. Now you got your Tri-brigade lines going as well, which is very good to see. So now you have your Tri-brigade lines to do. So very cool to see that this is very so insane right now for the Tri-brigade Spright player. We'll go ahead and make a Farragut here. We'll do kit effect to go ahead and dump a Tri-brigade monster here. We'll go ahead and dump Nerval. We'll do Nerval's effect here to go ahead and search any Tri-brigade monster. We'll just go for another kit here. Again, you didn't use kit's effect. We'll just do Farragut effect to special back the kit that you just searched. Again, we haven't used kit effect on field just yet, so we can still, you know, summon out like an Oath or any other Link 2 that you really want to make. Probably the Oath, since it is the Tri-brigade version of this deck. But he is technically not locked out of the he's not locking to rank 2s yet, so you know that's interesting to see. He was about to link it off, but we'll do kit effect before we link things off. Go ahead and special summon out the Oath here. And then now we'll overlay the Farragut in the kit into Gigantic. We'll do Gigantic's effect to special summon from the deck here. He detaches the Farragut, so deciding to keep kit. We already triggered kit this turn, so detaching the Farragut is correct there. So again, this is the Tri-brigade player just making sure that Farragut does trigger, even if it's as a material here. So we do Gigantic effect. We'll resolve that first here. We'll special summon a Carrot here. Then we'll do Farragut's effect in Graveyard. We'll let the player draw a card and then put one to the bottom of the deck here. We'll cut the deck before this happens, but you know, very decent end board. We have a Carrot, we have a Red, we have a Sprint, which is technically live, we have an Oath, and we have the Gigantic. We'll set 2 cards and we'll pass to the Kashtira player. We kind of know the entire hand. We're just playing against one unknown, and he has a body on field, so you know the Kashtira player can't really play any Kashtira cards until he can get that Ash off the field. We'll lead off with Pot of Prosperity. Here, we'll probably go full 6 because Kashtira doesn't necessarily need its extra deck here. Now, if I'm the Spright Tri-brigade player, I think you actually Carrot negate this. Just because, again, you're playing against one unknown. Fuck that. You don't want to see what the hell he's playing in his deck. So I think he's probably correct to Carrot negate. Now, the tribute's going to be weird. You probably tribute like the Sprint because the Sprint isn't necessarily doing as much against something like Kashtira. But he is thinking here, and he is going to trigger Carrot's effect here, but he does tribute the Gigantic here instead. Very interesting thing. I think you tribute off the Sprint there instead, but you do have the double cross, like you maybe want to keep the zones there. We do a kit effect in graveyard. We'll dump Nerve, and then Nerve effect will get Karas. Then the Kashtira player will switch Ash Blossom and Joy to Spring to attack here. And we'll just go to battle phase. He's going to clear his monster zone so he can get his cash plays going. We'll attack into Oath. He thinks he's going to take 11 here, but Oath's effect makes it gain 500 attack. So he's actually going to take 16 from this. So he'll go down to 6,400 life points. But he now has no more monsters. We'll go ahead and special summon the Unicorn here. I'm assuming he's doing Unicorn effect, so we'll do red tribute to the Sprint to negate. Now, this should destroy it since we did tribute an extra deck monster to do this effect, so Unicorn should be off the field, but it could be an optional effect there where you don't necessarily need to destroy. So we'll set one, we'll pass to the Tri-brigade Spright player, who attempts to double cross, but can't because he doesn't have any legal things for it to go to. So we'll just draw for turn here. Now, again, we have Oath, we have Red, we have the Chaos that we know is follow-up. We'll do Preparations Activation here. Now, he carrots to negate, but he tributes the Red, so it's not going to destroy the Preparations here. So, kind of a misplay from the Tri-brigade Spright player, because this is just the activation of the trap card. He was not triggering the effect there. So, the carrot just attempts to negate the activation, but it doesn't destroy the card, so it just stays on the field. I think he even says, I know you can't hear the audio, but he even says, oh, man, I just fucked that up, right? So that kind of sucks. So again, the Tri-brigade Spright player asking what preparation actually does, and something that if he's having to worry about. Since he kind of misplayed, it's going to have to be on field, so he's going to have to do it, right? So we're going to do Chaos effect. We're going to go for the full 4. We are going for Omen here. So we'll go ahead and special out the Omen. We'll go Omen effect Chainlink 1, Unicorn effect Chainlink 2, and then we'll do preparations as Chainlink 3 here, just because Omen does not target, so that does matter. Now, he attempts to Oath here to return the preparations. Now, he actually thinks that Oath can't return a spell trap, so he's actually going to take this back here. But that is incorrect. Oath can return any face-up card on the field back to the hand. So Oath does technically work here, where it can return preparations here. So kind of something to know in the future that Oath can return any face-up card. But the Spright Tri-brigade player thinks it's just monster cards that can only return. So he just kind of just lets it go through. So we special out the Fenrir. We'll go Unicorn effect to rip the extra deck here. And he will go ahead and rip out the SP Little Knight. And then Omen resolves since it doesn't target for its effect. So effect resolves, we'll just banish the Fenrir instead of any of the other guys. Now that's all you have to worry about. So now you're going to try to OTK. He goes into Farajit. We'll go Omen effect to search any beast, wing beast, or wing beast with, banish. He has a shit ton of banish cards. So basically anything from his deck. We'll go ahead and search out the kit here. Again, and he's playing the Farajit as well. So we can immediately just special summon out that Farajit. Or that kit, sorry, off Farajit. And that's what he's going to do. We go Farajit effect to special out the kit. And then just thinking here is looking to this back row. He decides to double cross, just take the Unicorn. He does have the zone for it. Preparation can't activate because he doesn't control a Kashtira monster here. So we're not going to rip the hand. Overlays in Gigantic, which is a 3,200 beater, and just goes to battle phase, and this is lethal because Unicorn's 25, Gigantic's 32. He's only at 6,400 life points, and, Oath and Carrot is there as well. So this is an OTK, and that is the end of game 1. So a little bit of a misplay here and there, but pretty much it was going to result into a Spright Tri-brigade win there. Just wasn't enough for the Kashtira player to really play, especially since, the Mannequin Cat was able to special summon that Ash, which did a lot. So we're going into game 2 now. The Kashtira player will elect to go first, obviously, here. He will start off with Dimension Shifter, which is already a turn ender. So we'll go ahead and special Org, which is not a great one to special summon there. He attempts to search a trap card. That gets Ash Blossom. Then we'll just do the effective Org to look at the top 5. Again, Ash Blossom should be banished. They'll fix it later on in the game, so you don't have to worry about it. Starter is his top deck. Immediately gets rid of starter, so, don't have to worry about that. We'll go ahead and I think this might be the special summon of a Rise Heart. We'll do a Rise Heart effect here to banish the Unicorn for cost. We'll banish the top 3 there. Now we have 2 level 7s. Has the Birth in hand, so pretty much going full combo here. So we'll do Birth effect here to special summon. That gets Ghost Build. Now this is interesting. I don't necessarily know the ruling. I think since Birth doesn't have a legal target in graveyard that you can Ghost Build. I could be wrong on that, so don't put me on that. But I think that's how that works. but I can definitely be wrong. But Ghost Spell does be activated here to negate the birth here. We'll go ahead and just, as he thinks his plays through, he does have 2 level 7s, but he goes ahead and overlays into Shangri-La here. Again, now we fix the Ghost Spell and Ash. They're both banished because of Shifter. We do fix that, and we'll just pass on that, which is very interesting. Standby, we'll go ahead and do Shangri-La. The second Ash Blossom comes down, so that is very interesting. But unfortunately, you're having to play through Shifter here. Now, he normal summons... I forgot what this card is called. I should know what this card is called, but I forgot what it's called. But it's a level 2 in this situation. We'll just go ahead and special summon out the Jet that we have in hand. Go ahead and search any Sprites spell trap from the deck here. Now, I think you probably go for starter just because, I mean, you're under Shifter, so you want to just keep as much follow-up as you can so you can actually play once Shifter is gone, right? So he's looking through the deck. He probably has multiple targets, but at the end of it, he does go for starter here, which, again, I do think is correct. Just because, you know, you're under Shifter, you want to keep as much follow-up as you can. So, very good to see that here. Now we're going into the extra deck here. Again, we do have 2 level 2s on the field here. We are, again, Spright can somewhat play through Shifter, so it's not the biggest problem in the world, but they would like to have their graveyard, especially since you're playing the Tri-brigade version of the deck. You know, that really does suck under Shifter. Now we go into Mosquito here. So we're going for a Zeus line here, which is interesting to see because it actually has room for this. I know, I think the Spright Tri-brigade stuff would have a tight extra deck, but probably enough to play Zeus here. We'll go attack into Shangri-La here. Again, no damage is taken because of Mosquito. We're just doing the attack so we can get the Zeus live for us. Now, is he playing Downer? He is not, it looks like, so we'll just immediately go into the Zeus play here. And we'll think here, he's thinking probably if he wants to set anything, again, it's under Zeus. He decides to do nothing. He just passes to the Kashtira player. Standby will do Shangri-La effect to special. We'll special out the Unicorn from the deck here. And then I think he goes Unicorn effect. Yeah, so we're going to search a spell trap as well. We're conserving that Zeus as much as we can right now. We go ahead and search out the Theosis. I guess if it's not Fenrir, you're not really scared of Zeusing straight away, right? We're going ahead and looking to link. We're going to SP Little Knight to banish the Zeus. We're going to chain Zeus here. We'll chain the SP, banishing the Zeus and the SP Little Knight here. And it's the second birth. Wow, that's insane. That pretty much guarantees the follow-up, especially with Theosis in hand here. We'll just go birth effect to summon out the Unicorn. And that's a wrap. The Tri-brigade Spright player has seen enough. He wants to go to Game 3. So this now is the all-important Game 3. Really does matter here. Now the sideboards come really much into play. Obviously, the Spright Tri-brigade player will elect to choose to go first here. Does not want to make Kashtira go first here. So, starting hands, it looks Shifter is not dropped, so he doesn't have to deal with Shifter straight away. We're going to go Foolish Burial. No Shifter is dropped on Foolish, so now you don't have to worry about it, right? Sends the Angler. We'll do Angler effect here to go ahead and special summon 2 Beavers from the deck here. Just get that line going straight away for us, which is good for us because, again, it works for the Tri-brigade version of the deck. Go ahead and special summon Red to kind of play around the hand traps, which is going to be very nice for us as well, that we hard draw the red. It's probably just a 1 of in the deck, which is nice. It could be a 2 of. I could be wrong in that situation. But having the red just to make sure, you know, nothing gets negated is going to be nice. We do Sprint effect here. Now we're going to chain the Impern onto Sprint, which is going to be probably good. We'll go ahead and do Starter. So we'll do a Starter effect as well, which is at 3 as well now. I kind of forgot this card is now at 3, which is very interesting. So the Imperm on the Sprint, we'll go Starter effect. We'll get Blue. He'll take 1100 from that as well. And then Blue effect will get Jet. He activates Droll and Lockbird here. Now, I think there's a glare, so it's kind of hard to see Droll. But Droll does get activated here, and Red will negate. I think this might be incorrect. You know that Droll is not going to resolve here just because, you know, he has the red. So maybe if you have another hand trap in that situation, you Droll here. But the reason why I don't agree with it is, 1, it puts a monster in your graveyard for something like Mannequin Cat. But I guess he's locked into level 2s, so it's not necessarily that important. But number 2 is because of Talents. You know he's playing Talents. You know, Talents is a card you're going to have to worry about in this format. So I don't know if you Droll there, just because, again, it's going to get negated anyways, and it plays into more as well. We'll go ahead and special summon out the Jet here from, the one that we just searched off Blue. We'll go Jet effect to search a Spright spell trap from the deck. We'll go ahead and search out the Double Cross that we are playing as well. And then thinking here, just looking at his hand, deciding what he wants to do. And he does have the talents, which is very interesting that he went Jet first and then decides the talents. Hand is Feather Duster, Rise Heart, and the Field Spell, which is nice. But I think, yeah, instant auto snap into Feather Duster probably makes sense. But now you know he's not on that much because the Field Spell is kind of his only way to play. Rise Heart doesn't really do anything by itself. So very interesting to see there. So now all you have to really worry about is his top deck. So we go Gigantic Effect here to special summon a level 2 from the deck here. This will probably be like a kit because we haven't got to our Tri-brigade lines just yet. So we'll probably do that. Here again, we're not worrying about any negation or anything like that just because we do know the hand thanks to talents here. But he is taking a little bit just to think on here. He does summon out the kit here because this does get us into Tri-brigade lines. Maybe he's thinking of maybe special summoning Carrot there because he does know the hand. So that could be either kit or Carrot situation. But I think the kit gets you into more. So this is probably correct here. We'll do kit effect here. We'll go ahead and banish 2 for cost. Obviously, we're locked into rank 2s. Or now we're locked into level rank 2, all that. We'll summon out the Oath from this as well. We have the double cross in hand, one unknown, so very interesting. I don't think you really want to do anything. I think you just save the red as negation. But the normal summon of Beaver, wow, yeah, that's insane. Normal summons Beaver, that's fucking insane. Really, really good normal summon to have in your hand there. Opening Foolish and normal summon Beaver. We're going to a Mannequin Cat here, which is interesting. We can't really do anything with it just because we are locked into rank 2, so we can't summon out that Droll from his graveyard to kind of prevent him from playing. So we just make a Mannequin Cat and just pass to our opponent there, who does draw for turn here. Now that draw is going to have to be really insane to kind of break through this, but that Field Spell will resolve because, you know, Carrot is not on the field, so you do have a guy to summon. Now he is reading cards. Just making sure what he wants to do with his hand. Again, a Rise Heart, Field Spell in hand. We're just with the one unknown. If you're the Spright Tri-brigade player, you probably think you're in a good position. Again, you're just playing against the one unknown as well. So it's going to be very hard for the Kashtira player to kind of come back from this. You know, you have to play against a double cross as well, and then it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for sure for the Kashtira player. He's taking his time here as well, just making sure what everything is doing, making sure what Mannequin Cat does as well. Just making sure everything, or sorry, I'm kind of fumbling my words. Making sure everything on the field, he knows what everything is on the field so he can kind of make sure he plays correctly here. Again, just a big think from him here. Again, that one card has to be spectacular for him to play this game right now, and he is really, really hard thinking right now. Probably should have sped this portion up. We'll finally go into a play and lead into the Field Spell here. And go ahead and probably, it's either Unicorn or Fenrir. I mean, Unicorn gets you into more, but the Fenrir does do a lot by itself as well. So, you know, it's kind of a give or take. But Unicorn does get you into more if it is able to resolve. Again, it all depends on what that last card in hand is. He does go for Fenrir here, which is interesting. Again, Fenrir does interrupt and stuff like that. And the last card is Lava Golem, which is interesting. He goes for Gigantic and goes for Mannequin Cat here and summons it to the Oath Zone, so Double Cross can't snatch steal whatever he summons. So he does special summon the Fenrir here. Now the fucking Spright Tri-brigade player has to think on what to do here. We'll go ahead and special summon out the Arise Heart. Now we'll go Oath Effect to return the return Rise Heart back to hand. Then we'll do Fenrir's effect here, targeting the Oath here. And then, or I'm sorry, so Kit is resolving first here. Sorry, so we'll go Kit effect, dumping Nerve. And then we're going to do Double Cross to snatch steal the Fenrir here. It's interesting that he didn't Fenrir to banish a card, which is very interesting to see. I would hope to see that the Fenrir would banish a card, but I guess it's not going to. But we dump the Nerve Ball, and then the Nerve Ball is just going to get us into follow-up. I thought he did trigger the Fenrir there, which is interesting. But that is pretty much game. I mean, the Kashtira player has nothing else to do, so he does just concede there, which is going to be nice. But again, probably in a rough position. Even if he is able to Fenrir banish a card, it doesn't necessarily matter. The Spright Tri-brigade player is going to get guaranteed follow-up, and you pretty much have nothing else to do. So you kind of just lose the game there. Unfortunate. Again, I think activating Droll there is probably incorrect just because Talents does exist, and he did get punished by the talents there. But yeah, that was my first time there. Kind of was rushing things a little bit there. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If again, let me know in the comments down below how to improve this stuff. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.